Parsons is by far the most successful rookie defensive player we had in a long time. And shout out to him. He was on the Rich Eisen show, and Rich asked him some good questions. And this is his thought track when he first realized that he is the NFL player and he's in the NFL, and he knew that he made it.
When did you realize that the NFL was something that you could be really, really good at? When did that hit you throughout the season?
I really saying can't, like, at first it was a couple days of me just getting back into football, like, you know.
Because you didn't play for a year, right?
I didn't play for a year.
Right.
So I was just getting back into it. And, like, I started, like, you know, going upward, just getting better. Like, finally feeling like myself again, moving's feeling good. And then people, like teammates coming up, was like, hey, man, you killing it. Like, keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then, you know, big Tyron Smith, Hall of Fame guy, coming to me like, hey, like, if you do this, you'll be so much better. Then LC did it. Then, like, Dak did it. Zeke did it. So they're kind of giving me pointers and, like.
What pointers were they giving you?
Like, it's like, you got to use your speed. So I was like, you know, because I never really, like, pass rush in college, and I didn't really, like, do it a lot coming in, but I knew I could do it, you know. And it was like, use your speed. You got to threaten them, then you got to counter. Like, they just give me pointers on, like, the steps, just, like, where I should go, point of attack, things like that. And then when Coach Q, anytime it was pass rush, he'll call me down and do, like, 2 reps. Like, he kind of worked me in. Like, he'll have me go against the second stringers, like, second and third stringers the first day, whooped them up. And he had me go against the second stringers, whooped them up. And then he's like, hey, today's the day. I'm going to put you against the big dogs. And they're in completely different groups, too. So I went over there to Big Tyron. I'm talking about, I was all nervous, too, because I was like, I ain't never go against someone as good as him before. And I'm talking about, he gripped me up a little bit, but I was fighting it. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, like, I ain't really do my best because I was nervous. And then he put me against LC. LC had a little stab, like, you know, but those were just those pre-nerves that I had. And then, like, as I got used to going against him, I was just, all right, it's just regular now. You know?
Well, I have to follow up. Did you work them up, too, eventually?
I will never put that on TV. Bruh.
Oh, my gosh. That is good. That's good. He said, man, I ain't going to put that on TV. We ain't going to spill all of that stuff out there. No, not your boy. Now, Parsons, he's so raw. And that's one of the things that you have to look at, his total level of production from last season. The man was just raw. And learning on the job, learning on the fly, all with a hyperextended knee. And I can only imagine how you compile all of that and you put it in for the next season, whereas he won't be sitting there thinking. He'll be flying out to the ball because he actually know what he's doing. Now, this questioning here is, what happened in the playoff? What happened? And he goes into good details about he's not going to go in on using the excuse for penalties, but penalties were there. Let's listen in to that as well.
Like, it was the penalties. Like, they're like, I don't like to blame it on, like, defining moments, because there were so many defining moments. Like,
right.
Third down penalties. There's not handing the ball to the ref, whatever that is. And there was, like, the turnovers. I don't think, like, we came out to play championship football.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think that happened?
Preparation.
I wouldn't say it was a lack of preparation, but, like, in games like that, like, you know, playoff games, like, you look at this last playoffs, all the games came down to the wire. Every yard counted, and I just felt like we gave up too much free stuff, free money. Like, in a game like that, they should have to work for every yard, every down, things like that.
Were you guys tight? Were you tight coming out?
Right.
Good question. What do you think?
I could say you could definitely feel, like, the nerves. Like, it was a lot of pressure. Like, it was like, oh, now they're back. What can they do with it? There was definitely a lot of pressure, I feel. But, you know, I still don't like to make excuses. Like, you got to win that game.
You do.
You know, so it's tough.
A tough way for your first season with a huge burst onto the scene.
So he goes into details about the nerves. He talked about the fact that they had the penalties, and he went into details of you can't have the turnovers. You can't have that. And you got to get the opposing team off the field on third downs, right? And he went into good details of that. But I like where he said you can't use that as an excuse. You can't. You got to make sure that you are ready and prepared. And remember, I was talking about preparation. Heading into this playoff game. These Dallas Cowboys players didn't look like they were prepared. Anytime you're nervous, timid, hear me out. Anytime you got those feelings and anxieties going on, that let me know that you didn't prepare yourself. You didn't study for the test. When you study for that test, shoot, you can't wait to take that test. It's not a nervous bone in your body. And we talking about a home playoff game. Now, neither here nor there, there's water under the bridge now. And we're heading into a new season, and we have to figure out what we can do from here. Now, speaking of that, what type of mentality, what type of mindset you got going on with yourself? And he goes into good details with this right here, the killer mindset. Let's listen to what he had to say about that.
To what do you owe Micah Parsons your ability to wreck a game? Like where does that come from?
The mind.
What do you think?
I would just say the killer mindset. So I'm big into like motivational videos and stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Like I love like learning. Like I love like grasping knowledge of like how to train my mind to be a killer. Mm-hmm. So I watch like lion videos. I watch like Mike Tyson videos, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Kobe, even military videos, like, because those are trained killers.
So you're watching videos of what, lions in the wild just mauling other animals? Is that what you're saying? That sort of thing?
Yeah, but I also listen to the words of how to like get into the mindset.
Where do you want to go?
So, where do you want to go? That's the next conversation for the nation. Where would Micah Parsons like to go? And I'm with the mindset to play him everywhere. But in certain situations and scenarios, it's good. Flat out, it's good to crease him off the edge or blitz him through the A or B gap. And he goes into the same philosophy. And that goes to show you that he ain't afraid of nothing. And even if it's covering a wide receiver or taking out the best running back that's out there on the field, I like that killer mindset. And also I like that mentality. Don't care where you put me at. I'm going to shut you down, lock you down, and put you on the ground. I love that mindset. But let's listen to what he had to say.
What do you want to do?
I really like everywhere. So, I just believe I need to line up with the best. Like, I want to be best on best. So, if we're going against, like for instance, we're the Niners. We were going against Debo. I wanted that matchup with Debo every time. Wherever Debo went, that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Like, when we were lined up against the Minnesota, played linebacker. Wherever Cook went, that's where I wanted to go. Like, I wanted it to be best on best. Like,
you want to travel on the best of whoever's coming out of the backfield too? Is what you're saying? Like running it and throwing and catching it? And
when we're playing against a team, like, because that's where my cover comes in place.
Big fact.
Like, I cover well.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
And then when we're going against a Pat Mahomes, the AFC team, where they're not really going to run the ball as much as Cook, maybe not. They're not going to run 18, 20 times a game.
Right.
But they'll pass. So put me against your left tackle, your right tackle. Now pass rush.
Love it. That's where you want to go.
Yeah, because that's the best way that I can impact the game.
You're hearing how people are talking about Aaron Donald now that he's won the Super Bowl and everything, and that he could be one of the best defensive players ever.
I think he is. Like, unarguably, like, I don't even think it's close.
So, is that what you want to be talked about that way? One day?
Like, I feel like there's only but so many players who could do it all like Donald. Like, Donald can line up anywhere.
Right.
On the line. Like, there's that one person like every 10 years. I think I got a chance to be that guy.
Man, you can't get mad at what the brother said about that. And Aaron Donald, what makes Aaron Donald so aggressive and explosive? The game is won and lost down in the trenches. And when you can take a position like Aaron and play him on the edge, or you can squeeze him inside, line him up at zero, it don't matter where you place him, and he still be a wrecking ball out there, a force to be dealt with. Whereas you got to make sure that you're acquiring 2 or more people in the game plan around Aaron. If anybody needed a Super Bowl ring to solidify his greatness, Aaron Donald, big 99. Aaron Donald. So for Parsons to say, hey, every 10 years you get that one in a lifetime type of guy, or one in a generation, or every 10-year type of guy, and Parsons saying that he can be that guy, I don't see no lies. Think about it. You can literally squeeze Parsons through the A or B gap, blitz him off the right or left edge, and this dude can flip his hip and cover, whether it be a hook, shallow routes, lower or deeper thirds. You can literally put Parsons in that spot. He's so versatile. So that's why I say, man, don't put him only on the edge. Whereas we know for sure he can give you 22, probably 25 sacks easily, just off the edge. But he's too versatile. So in a pinch, just like he said, given any situation, based upon who you playing, just let him take out the best of the best on the opposing side. Oh my gosh. All right, so next topic, he's going to talk about Dan Quinn. He got the juice.
You're psyched that Dan Quinn returned?
Yeah, super excited.
What does he bring? What does he do?
He brings the juice. He actually brings like fighting videos to the defensive media groups. You know how many times I watched Tyler Hurts this year?
That's what he did?
Yeah, he's like, you gotta knock him out. Like he plays boxing videos for us to get hyped. Like,
right.
Q got the juice, man. Like Q, he's like he just puts it in a way for you to want to play for him. Like, he don't treat you like, do this, X and O's. Like, it's never like that with Q. He's like, you're either going to ball out or we'll find someone else to ball for you.
And
like,
you respond to that sort of thing.
Yeah, because it's like, he's giving you the opportunity and the chance.
So what does Mike McCarthy say to you? What does the HC say to you?
Me and Coach Mike don't really talk. Like he's more of an offensive coach.
No doubt, man, no doubt. Brilliant performance from Parsons, even in this interview, of being even keel, not too high, not too low. Shout out to Parsons. Hey, Dan Quinn do bring the sauce, the juice, the flavor, and bring it in. Boxing videos, Tommy, the Hitman, Hearns, all of this stuff plays a major role. And when you have players to gravitate toward a coach, and then also have players to understand, okay, this is what coach is trying to say. Oh, he's using this example. And that's why I love the fact, if you can't do it, I find someone else that can. Oh my goodness, I love that. So that is what Parsons is telling everybody about Dan Quinn. Now, he did say that, the head coach, Mike McCarthy, really don't have a communication line with each other outside of, they talk personal stuff like what's going on with the family and the dog and all of that stuff. But I like the fact that Dan Quinn bring the dog up out of him, right? The lion, the beast, with his flavor and his juice as it relates to coaching up these guys. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns all together of Micah Parsons. Shout out to Rich Eisen for that wonderful interview, and be sure to subscribe to his account, share that page or what have you, and be sure, if you like what you heard today, subscribe to this channel as well. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC for life. Salute.